Alright guys, Darren from FBA Elite and welcome back to another video. So we've got a slightly different setting this morning. I'm going to take you outside and do a tour very shortly. I just wanted to start this video off in the gym as I put on this hoodie this morning, and for those of you that have been subscribers to the channel from the early days, this is a hoodie that I used to wear 4 or 5 years ago when I first started Amazon FBA, and putting it back on this morning for the first time in a while because it's freezing in the gym today. It kind of gave me that nostalgia. It made me think about what my life was like 4 or 5 years ago when I first started recording Amazon videos. And if you guys go back through my video library, go back to the earliest ones, you'll see me there on a Monday morning wearing this hoodie just before I headed into the gym, talking about Amazon FBA that I'd first discovered it and was starting my own business and stuff like that. So go and check out some of those videos. It is quite interesting to see what things were like back then, and also what I was like on video as well. So things have moved on a lot since then. My life has changed a lot, and that's what I wanted to talk about in this video, because there are many people watching this video who are still considering Amazon FBA as a business opportunity, whether it's something of interest to them and maybe comparing it against other business models. So I want to share with you my experience, some of the things that has changed in my life, because I think when you assess a business opportunity, there are a number of different things. You have to decide whether it can do that for you. So I'm going to tell you the main things that's changed for me. So the first one I want to talk about is time freedom. This is a big one. You know, my videos at the very start, I was recording 9 o'clock in the morning, editing them, and then going into my web design business that I had at the time. Whereas nowadays, I think it's midday at the moment, midday on Thursday. I will edit this and release it on Friday evening, so you guys will be watching this on Friday evening or over the weekend. And I'm recording it a bit earlier this week, as I've got family members coming up for my son's birthday. But I'm going to come back to that shortly. But in terms of time freedom, it's just giving me the freedom that I want. And that follows on to the next point, which is my son. So when I started Amazon FBA, I wasn't a dad, but about 18 months after I started my Amazon FBA business, I became a dad. And what Amazon FBA has allowed me to do is spend as much time with him as I want to, and also support my family so his mum doesn't have to work and we can all enjoy our time together. And he turns 4 next week. It's crazy how quick that has gone. I'm sure some of you guys remember me disappearing for a few weeks during that period. So he's 4 next week. And for me, when people talk about Amazon FBA online, they like to show you the stats about how much money they've made, and they show you screenshots of the orange bars. And what I'm trying to do with this video is just kind of give you a bit behind the scenes of how it can actually, how those bars and how that money can translate into the real world. And for me, being able to be there for my son at all times and support the family is a massive, massive thing for me. For some people, it might be going to buy a Lamborghini. For some people, it might be traveling the world. Whatever it is, you need to decide what your goals are and whether this business model can be that for you. So the first one was the time freedom, and the second one is being able to spend that time doing the things that you value. The third thing, it allowed me to move away from my web design business. Now, for many of you watching this, you're probably looking to move away from your employee instead. So for me, although it was my own business, I had like 50 clients. I felt like I just had 50 different bosses. So it was still effectively a 9 to 5, despite the fact it was my own business. So when my son was born, the week that I got back from there, I'd been running Amazon FBA for about 18 months at that point, I think. I emailed all of my clients and said to them, look, I'm shutting down my business within the next few months, and this is the exit strategy for all of them to move their websites away from me. So that's when I decided, that's when I went 100% Amazon FBA, obviously mixed up with the YouTube stuff as well. But that was when I decided to draw a line that I was fed up of technically still being an employee, even though I wasn't. So the people watching this video, if you're an employee at the moment and you want to get out of that, you need to consider other business models that will allow you to step away from that at some point. It may not be straight away, like for me, it was 18 months after I started, but it gives you that option if things do go well. And I think the fourth point, it's not just the time freedom, it is the location freedom. And that's what we're going to do now. I'm just going to finish up in the gym. So we're going to go, there we go. We're going to go into selfie mode. It might be a bit shaky because my arms are a bit wobbly from the gym. We're going to head outside. Just going to give you a little tour of where I am. I know some of you guys may have already seen this. I think I did a video like this last year just after I moved in. And I've got a lot of new subscribers as well that haven't. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to turn the cameras around. Before I do, actually, let me just show you me out here so people don't try and claim that it's not actually me recording this video. So I'm just going to put this on pause now and go around to the other view. And here we go. This is my place. Excuse the flashing just a minute ago. I think that was the flashlight above the door making the camera go funny. So, like I say, some of you guys have already seen this, but for me, this is more important than a Lamborghini or traveling the world or anything like that, because honestly, I feel like I'm on holiday every day. So I love this, being in isolation, being away from people. You know, your nearest neighbour is a few sheep, although are a bit further away today. And if we turn around to the actual house, got a little play area there for my son, a football goal for both of us, of course, and then the house itself. And again, this isn't about trying to show off or anything like that. It's just showing you what is possible if you take a chance on a business and it goes well. If you never take that chance, fine. If you're happy with your life, that's cool as well. But if you never take the chance, you never know what could be if things do go well. I'll take you around to the left first. We've got the annex over there. And like I said, we've got family coming up this weekend, or actually some of them are arriving later today. And they're going to be staying in that annex. Well, actually, we're going to put the mother-in-law in the annex. The rest of them can stay in the house, but the mother-in-law's going in there. And the patio, we're not really using it at the moment as it's November, so it's getting a bit cool for just sitting outside. But this, yeah, when you compare this to what I had when I started at Amazon FBA, I just moved into a house that we were hoping was going to be our home for life. And after a few months of being there, it became clear that neighbour liked to play bass guitar. So we had to make the decision as to whether we wanted to stay there long term. The problem was we were quite heavily financially invested because we thought it was going to be a home for life. And I didn't want to be stuck in that position. Let me just spin the camera back around. So I didn't want to be stuck in that position. So I started looking into different business opportunities, and I wasn't actually aware of Amazon FBA at the time. And I was looking at other models, and I think it popped up as an advert on YouTube. It was one of the biggest UK FBI guys at the time running an advert. And he was talking about Amazon FBA, how it's this great opportunity. And like most of you guys, I was super skeptical about that, as with anything you see really advertised on YouTube. So I looked into it a bit further. Thought, you know, this seems like a decent business opportunity. So we rolled the dice, and it went, well, as you guys know, it went really well for me. And it's just given me all the things I just talked about, you know, the time freedom, the freedom to spend it with my family, to support my family, to be able to not be location tied by a job, to be able to sack the boss, so to speak. I know you're still Amazon as a boss, and Amazon aren't good bosses, and I've spoken about that in previous videos. But if you do start a business, or Amazon FBA in particular, and things do go well, it does have the potential to change your life. It's changed mine. You can go back through my 5 years of videos. There's like 275, 280 videos, I think now, which document it all from day one. So you guys know I'm not lying to you. You can see it all from the very first product to all the failings I had and all the issues along the way. But it has changed my life. It is still a viable business opportunity. I'm still helping people on a daily basis succeed with Amazon FBA. Now, if that's something that is of interest to you, I'm going to pop up a video in a moment, which is completely free. It's a step-by-step video which shows you every step you need to do to make your first £1,000 per month with Amazon FBA. It's basically a summary version of the course. So the full course is linked to in the pinned description in this video. But I'm going to pop up that video now, and I'll see you guys over there.